From the depths of space, a girl named Krystal searches for the truth of her parents' death. Finding herself within a lost corner of the Lilat system, she receives a distress call from a world known as Dinosaur Planet. Being of a kind nature, Krystal decides to investigate. Can we just talk about this intro for a second? Blue Fox Girl riding a pterodactyl speaking a language you can't understand starts getting accosted by fireballs from a flying pirate ship with a living dinosaur's face on the front of it. On that note, good evening everybody and welcome to Star Fox Adventures. I know what you're thinking. Off the bat, I immediately know what you're thinking. Doesn't this game suck? I'm not inclined to agree or disagree with that sentiment because honestly, I haven't played this game in so long that I really can't form a critical opinion on it. Last time I played this game, I was very, very young. In fact, I've had this game since I first got my GameCube, which I guess would have been... Jesus. I didn't get it when it first came out. I know the GameCube came out, I think, around 2002? 2003? No, 2002 or 2001, actually. I got this game shortly thereafter, probably a year, maybe 2 years after the GameCube came out, because that was like the first console I ever was like, hey, I want to get this. So I've probably beaten this game under 5 times. I could probably count on one hand the number of times I've beaten this game. My God, I destroyed that. I don't think you're supposed to do that fast. I wrecked him. Wow, I said wrecked him. Anyway. Yeah, reason I'm playing this game, not that I need a reason to play any game, is because I want to see if it's as bad as people say it is. I don't think it's going to be, but that's just my opinion. Your adventure begins! Use the control stick to move Krystal around the galley and press out. This is just controls. If you listen carefully, you might be able to hear a voice. Try finding the source of that voice. Well, it's not so much a voice as much as it is a bird chirping. So yeah, the reason I want to play this game and the reason I chose this as the next project is because I kind of want to experience with you guys this game in and of itself. Because you can watch a whole bunch of people's opinions of this game on YouTube and you know, a lot of people just tear it to shreds. I don't know that it's that bad. I don't know that it warrants it. So anyway, coming over here is how you advance things. When the A button appears, check the A button display. This will tell you what A can do at that time. It's a context-sensitive button, as Conker's Bad Fur Day would say, and this is a rare game. I made self-referential humor. I'm going to talk to this bird and give him a really unfitting voice because it's something I feel like doing right now. By pressing A, you were able to talk to me. When A appears again, check the display, as this button can do many different things. It's clearly a baby bird. I gave it the voice of a 90-year-old dude on, like, on several pain medications. So yeah, I don't feel like this game is as bad as people say it is. I don't have, like, a special attachment to it or anything necessarily. It is one of the first games I played on my own where I was like, hey, I want to play this and I'm going to beat it. But... well, no, it was a pretty defining game in my childhood. Not that that really matters when you're considering if it's a good game or not. This is a key to the Krystal Palace. Do you like how she's just frozen there holding this levitating key up? Yeah, that's going to happen a lot. When you pick up an item, it will be placed into your C inventory. This is something I really, really like. I'm going to show you how the inventory works. You hit if you're playing this on a GameCube, it's the C stick. I'm emulating this. Shh. Don't cease and desist me, Nintendo. You hit the C stick and your inventory comes up. You'll notice I'm still moving while the inventory is up. I can do whatever I want while I'm going through the inventory. It's a real-time inventory. You don't have to, like, pause the game to see your inventory, which is fantastic. I don't understand why more games don't do that. Some do, but they only do it for like weapon switching or something like that. Also, I am talking a lot right now, but bear with me. This is kind of like an episode 0 because this game has a really slow start and I'm making it worse by standing here talking. But I don't consider the game to have started really until after the quote-unquote Krystal section. So, fair warning, full disclosure, this first episode's gonna be kind of boring. Also cutscenes, they're in Dinosaur language at the beginning of the game. That's one part I don't like. It's a made-up language where they keep proper nouns. It's infuriating. But I'm still not gonna talk over them too much. Sir, what are you doing in the fire room? That's for fire only. Did you not see the sign?
General Scales. Hiko, Kohud, or Taskuki, Eve Dinosaur Planet. Ud Neokraju, Ui Kimo Nekt.
Am dek kutsuho keivorik oi. Am edko kutsuho rosvejo evu tashkov zuk.
Utashkov Suk? Kiash Niko Kuduk, Ash Atashko.
I wonder who the bad guy is.
Keo cloud on a kekt moyorik oi. Keo ola general.
Moak. Aundekulak. Ahiko ilokio, mudu tadijwi kiaro. Kiok. Ajnio amit hiko kutsash kudok nakivu. Ikianajo. Kio vik oknush kokeva wika wok mo. Uetu oki se kodwo mo. Kia chaj dekelu. Edo su tavuk. General Scales. Yeah.
I'm not evil. I just have red glowing eyes, horns, a claw hand, and I came out of the fire room. I'm not evil, though.
Proces general. Moro do kemo.
Kia chaj dekelu.
Poshvat keo yezo ev keo tashkov jaduk.
After Krystal stops talking to Scales there, I feel like the inflection of her voice sounds more like she's saying, bye-bye, bitch, more than it says, whatever she was actually saying. That is the most stereotypical bird voice I have ever heard in my life. You have arrived at Krazoa Palace. When you want to save your game, you... I've got a funny story about that. Press the start button to pause the game, display the save quit options, highlight whatever you want, use a stick to select it, and do it. We're not going to be looking at this screen very often, at least not yet. I will say this is kind of close to a blind playthrough, and there is sort of a hint system that you can access through the pause menu later. The game's going to tell us all about that, so I'm not going to get too far into that. This is a fuel barrel generator. It has been left here by General Scales, who uses the fuel to power his Sharp Claw army. The Sharp Claw drink the gasoline is what this is telling you. Each time you use a barrel, another will be generated at this location. So anytime you see a little button on the ground like this, it's usually a fuel barrel generator, and it's useful. We'll examine the uses for it pretty much right now, actually. This is saying that when you see this C button icon, it means you can use an item. The game literally tells you, hey, you can do this right now. It's nice like that. And that brings me to something about this game that I could see being kind of a point of debate. This game is very easy. You don't have to think very hard about... Oh shit, really? I literally am just talking about this game being easy and I fuck up my throw. Anyway, this game is pretty easy. You don't have to think too hard to solve puzzles in this game, although it does present itself as sort of a Zelda adventure puzzle situation. Some stuff is difficult. I will say, some stuff does have difficult tendencies. It's not fully difficult, just like parts of it are difficult. Also, can I draw attention to her hand, her left hand? Why does it look so weird? I can't... Is it because the thumb is like weirdly not attached proper? That is... Ew. I don't like that. This is the Zora have weird feet all over again. These are tasty Sorry. This is a generic health recovery item. You won't get this little cutscene thing every time you're picking up a health recovery item. It's just the first time you're getting things, which is why this part of the game is slow. These are tasty puck eggs, a sharp claw delicacy. Don't worry, they're not dinosaur eggs. They come from huge puck birds that the sharp claw breed just for this tasty snack. So don't worry, they're not dinosaur eggs, they're from another living creature that is literally factory farmed just for the sole purpose of making these eggs. Wow, this game is dark. Walk over the egg to collect and recharge your energy. So yeah, it's just saying there, you're not gonna get this cutscene every single time. I need the fuel barrel again. Excuse me, strange jellyfish thing, which I haven't quite figured out what you... Oh, shit. Okay, again, could you get away from the exploding barrel? Oh, dear God, I've got 2 of them chasing me now. Jesus Christ, run, 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 run. Okay, we're good. Do not, I repeat, do not jump off the side of this ramp while you're carrying a fuel barrel. You will release the barrel and you'll have to go back and get another one. Crack in the wall means we can blow it up, and now we are in the palace. What a lovely place. It looks like it probably has some house cleaning issues. Also, there's another hole blown in the wall over here. There's some collateral damage, don't worry about it. Yeah, as I was saying, I haven't quite figured out what these things are. Even when I was a kid, I couldn't quite piece together what these things are supposed to be. It's not really relevant, just know that they will hurt you if you get too close to them while they're spinning. When they're just stationary, I don't know that they can hurt you. Not something I'm gonna find out right now either, because it's not really relevant. You have collected a Dumbledang pod. It's a delicious fruit found only on Dinosaur Planet. You will find them in sharp claw baskets and crates or hanging in Dumbledang trees. Even baddies will sometimes drop them. Wow. I'm so pleased that I know the ins and outs of Dumbledang pods. I don't know what that sounds like, but it doesn't sound like a... It actually kind of sounds like something that someone would say when they're not trying to be expletive. Like dang, but like Dumbledang for something that's like really... I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this. It's a funny word, okay? Leave me alone. And there we go. I probably don't need to explain this to you, but if you're holding an explosive barrel, don't stand and fire. I don't think I need to say... I think you guys are smart enough to figure out that that's not something you should be doing. This serves to show you that the A button will change. Normally, by default, when you're not standing on that switch, the A button only gives you the option to throw the explosive barrel. When you're standing on this switch, it gives you the option to put it down. So that's the game teaching you, hey, pay attention to what the A button is telling you to do, because it will change and, you know, affect how you can solve certain puzzles and things like that. Let's talk to a dying dino.
Keo Krystal, Dude Oe Kutsak, Keo Uho, Dude Wo.
Nos ag oe kio grot kio tash kuf shoduk.
Neo no no ho Ukasbat, I shot do cut, Vo Kutsak. No no who, Mucha shot.
Massacred? They did a pretty bad job considering all of your friends are still alive.
Keo King Earthwalker, shot its game. Hekas Kiash shoot shot Fusuzo. Kutsimo Eve Keo Krizoa. Keo Krizoa, Oho Fuso Fahax. Fenovic Roadru, Keo Grado Kevoke, Okudak. Naki Keo Fahax, a Kudak Ash 2.
Ach kutso jimoker atsute.
Moak, Etko Keo Fiho Eve Kutsuk, Sud Kubo Keo Gashk. Utko Keo, Krisoa Shrine, Etsu Achatu, Semf Kuko Keep Pahak Kosh, Ut Unawak Ue Hunut, Av Ue Jesut, Kiot Hokit Kemo. Amdek Widwu Utun Kotso.
Boy, they just really wanted to jam-pack that cutscene with exposition, didn't they? So, Krizoa spirits equals good, equals healthy, good planet. We need to get them, and that's pretty much it. This is a Krizoa Shrine entrance warp. Stand in the center and press A to enter the shrine. Actually, this is a general situation. This is what all the warps in the game look like, maybe just different colors of this. So, anytime you see that, it will take you to a different area, if you can access the warp at that point. Sometimes you have to do other things before a warp will become active. Blah, 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 blah. This is all explained later. I don't really need to explain any of this right now. Actually, that brings me to kind of an issue I do have with the Krystal part of this game. I realize its intent is to be a tutorial, like this is all tutorial, by the way. You found your way into oh god, that word's gonna kill me in this series, I can tell. Kryzoa Shrine, and within lies a Kryzoa spirit. The spirits have been hidden as they hold great powers that in the wrong hands could bring terror. My Jesus, I can't speak. But in the right hands, the spirits can bring peace. There are 6 spirits to find and return to the Kryzoa Palace. If you can find the spirit within the shrine and complete his test, then it will be yours. Yes, we heard that already. All of this is tutorial. All of this is exposition, and what kind of irritates me about it is this is all information we get later anyway, because spoiler alert, Star Fox Adventures, you will be playing as Fox McCloud. Fox is not here, so all of this information will need to be conveyed to Fox at a later point in the narrative anyway. So it kind of is senseless to be doing all of this and to have this part be as slow as it is, because it's information that we're going to be getting twice. Or more. That's one complaint I have. I get that this is a tutorial and the point is to teach you how to play the game and all that stuff. But I guess it's me being kind of callous because, and I never did actually talk about this, I have played this section of the game more times than I have played the game itself. Because when I first got my GameCube, for some reason I guess I didn't realize you need a memory card with it to actually play games, because I assumed that the GameCube would have some internal memory storage. I'm just going to look around the shrine so you guys can see what's here while I'm talking. So I played the beginning of this game probably like 10 times before I actually realized, oh shit, I need to get a memory card so I can save this game. And so I have a little bit of resentment for this part of the game. Maybe that's why I'm so angry, but I don't know. I guess I should give this guy like an ethereal voice or something, or maybe I should just give him a stupid voice. Test 1, the test of observation. Watch closely where I hide. When the urns stop moving, you must show me which urn I have hidden in. Find me 3 times in a row, and I will be yours to return to Kryzoa Palace. So play hide and seek with me. Or it's like the seashell game, right? It's basically all this is. So there is kind of a pattern to this. I think the urns will always move the same way. So if you know what the patterns are, it basically just comes down to knowing the starting position of where this dude's hiding. But even so, it's not difficult. But I will say, if you screw up, this thing will send you all the way back to the beginning of the shrine. So whatever you do, not because it's difficult, but try not to screw up because it will waste your time if you screw this up. At least I think it sends you back to the shrine. I don't know, I don't really remember too well, because it's been a long time since I failed one of these. But I also don't want to take the chance either, so I'm kind of watching really closely. There we go, we're done. Why do you have like tentacles? What, is that necessary? Also, why do you look like that? What kind of creature are you supposed to be? I'm not talking about Krystal, by the way, I'm talking about the I'm saying all this really harsh shit while the camera's on Krystal. No, I'm talking about the spirit. Why does it look like that? As far as I know, there's no depictions of ghosts where they have, like, tentacles. No, we're just gonna stand here. She stopped blinking, so I have to assume there's something wrong with her medically. I mean, I know she just got the spirit of the spirits all up in her situation, but, like, she's not breathing either. Should we call somebody? You got your first Kryzoa spirit. It will remain in your body until you take it to the Kryzoa Palace where it must be released. Thankfully, that's where we came from, so look at that, job done. Although we do have to suffer through another cutscene, and this is going on like 20 minutes now. I know this episode's gonna be long. I'm aiming to have these episodes shorter than Breath of the Wild, but obviously depends what we're doing. I'll shut up now. So to paraphrase, because Expositionosaurus Rex over here decides to talk for 4 hours to say something that I could say in like a sentence, release the spirits back into the temple so that we can actually use them. That's it. You could have just said that. You seem to be short on life, but not short on words. I'm just gonna come around this pillar for something that will make sense in a moment. This is where you release the Krazoa spirit. Get used to seeing these because we're gonna see them at least 5 more times during this journey, because I think they said there's 6 Krazoa spirits total right off the bat. Let's go. Oh good, I love being watched from an area that I was just in. I don't really understand, why didn't they just block off that area so that you couldn't do what I just did? Doesn't matter. I'm being picky. Okay, I get that's what you're supposed to look like, but what are you? That's unsettling. I don't like that. Stop doing that. Close your mouth. Stop. I don't know what that is, but I don't want any part of it. Please stop doing that. This is why I told you to close your mouth. Look at this. We'd end up in Beam Krystal land. Get it, Krystal, because her name's Krystal and she's in a crystal, so it's Krystal. It makes sense, right? It's almost like she was named that specifically for this purpose. I'm not gonna be that cynical. Although I kind of just was. I don't renounce what I said, I don't redact what I said, but still. The scene is cool visually, though, I'll give it that. Like, the sort of mechanical part with the crystal in the middle and it's a cool looking scene. I'll give it that. We've gone a little while without actual Star Fox in this Star Fox game, huh? Let's remedy that with some actual English-speaking cutscenes, am I right? No, but in all seriousness, I like cutscenes that I can actually understand.
That should be it, Rob. Roll it.
Affirmative. I'll get back to work.
It says Nuss on his chest. What is Nuss?
Hey, Fox! Isn't this music getting on your nerves? I'm trying to work on my maps.
I kinda like the music, dude.
Okay, old timer. Turn it down, Slippy. Hey! Slippy, it's General Pepper.
General Pepper here! I have a new mission for you, Fox. You are approaching Dinosaur Planet, an ancient world on the edge of the Lilat system. As you will see, chunks of the planet have been torn from its surface. It's your job to get them back. If Dinosaur Planet explodes, it could affect the entire Lilat system. The only lead we have is that you must locate the Queen of the Earthwalker dinosaur tribe. Maybe she can help you further. By the way, your fee has been approved. If you are successful, then the money will be forwarded to you immediately. Pepper out!
You heard the General. Let's do it.
No, real talk, this music is really cool. Also, those pizza boxes have an Italian flag on it. I legitimately have never realized that before. Those pizza boxes have an Italian flag on it. Does Star Fox exist in regular universe lore-wise? Actually, it might, because of Starlink. Huh. Anyway, this is your sort of, kind of, I'm hesitating to even call it this, but level select screen-ish, sort of. You basically only select another level when you're going to this game's version of a dungeon. You can zoom out and in and rotate this whole thing, by the way. I'm rotating it right now. That's not the way it normally works. This is how it looks when you're not touching anything. So every time you click on where you're going next, you get a little blurb with what your mission is, or quote-unquote mission, what you're supposed to be doing. So let's hear that.
General Pepper here! Your mission takes place on Thorntail Hollow. Locate the Queen of the Earthwalker tribe. She will help you further. Pepper out!
Alright, let's go.
Fly through one gold ring to reach Dinosaur Planet.
Now this is pod racing. This is Star Fox. This is what we signed up for, right? Look at this rail shooting stuff. You got your spin, your barrel roll, you got your lasers, you got, well, I don't have any right now, but you have bombs. Typical stuff. Your silver and gold rings are recovery. You also need to collect one gold ring to actually beat this level, and I'm hesitating to call it a level for a reason that will make sense in a moment. You also have your boost and your brake, typical stuff. That's on the X and Y buttons on the GameCube controller. I'm not sure which is which because I'm using a Xbox controller to do this because, as I said, I am on an emulator. These levels aren't hard. A later level is going to be a lot more difficult. I actually do remember having problems with it. But this is a cakewalk. I'm slamming my ship into things, and I'm not having a hard time at all. I do like the music. The music is really good, and I guess that's consistent with this whole game. The whole game's music is really good. And that's it. That's your traditional Star Fox experience. You're not getting another one for a while. Don't mind the fact that my other save is named Stu. I had to make sure the game would actually work. And this save file's name is Ham because, you know what? Leave me alone. I can do what I want. It's my game. It's not my game. It's on my computer. Pleasant meadow, lovely calm music being interrupted by the smell of jet fuel and a guy dropping a literal war machine into the middle of our peaceful community. God, that's just... I was gonna make a joke, but you know what? I'm not gonna be offensive today. Let's let's try to not do that.
Great flying, Fox! For a moment, I thought you weren't gonna make it.
Very funny, sir.
I know. Now, on to business. By pressing the start button, you will open your communicator. Choose who you wish to speak to, and then press the A button to contact one of us. Each team member will give you different information. It's not being tested in action, so give it a try as soon as I've finished. And don't forget, you're looking for the Queen Earthwalker. Try talking to those Thorntail guys. Slippy is preparing a translator device, but until it's ready, he'll translate for you.
Thank God.
Okay, General. But what about a weapon? Why couldn't I bring my blaster?
It's always the same with you, Fox. Shoot first, ask questions later. This mission is about saving the planet, not blowing it up. It requires a different tactic. Try using your head.
Yeah, very funny, sir. Fox out.
Well, now that we finally have control of Fox, this is where I consider the game to actually begin, but because, as I said, I'm treating this as kind of an episode 0, I think this is where we're going to leave off. So in the next episode, we're actually going to start playing the game. We're outside of tutorial land. We can do stuff. We're loosed into the world. I really love this place. This place is literally my childhood. I adore this. Also, I should finish off my thought. I'm not going to go over there because oh god, I'm starting to get more exposition. This is a bomb spore plant. Find a way to make it explode and it will throw out bomb spores. Collect these spores, as they will be very useful when you need to get through solid walls. Though when you plant a spore, it will not throw out any new spores. Yeah, you can't just farm exponentially. That would be not fair. Anyway, I'm going to stop. Before I activate anything else, I'm going to stop. I should mention, just as a boilerplate, I do own this game. I'm using it on an emulator, but I own it. It's just easier for me to record off of an emulator, so there will be some graphical glitches here and there. You may have seen during the cutscenes there was some hitching. Most of that is not going to be major, but just if you notice something like that, it's because that's the way I'm doing this. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I am looking forward to re-experiencing this game with you guys. It's going to be fun because there are going to be moments where I just think that the game is total bullshit and bad, but it holds a special place to me because it's, again, one of the earliest games I played. Fox, stop that ear twitching thing. It's really freaking me out. I'm going to stop rambling now. I will see you guys in the next one.